players were saying you've been experimenting with different lineups, looking at different combinations.
I hate to do that with like 6 and 7 games to go, but we're still, it seems like every young team in the country is struggling, and the veteran teams are the ones that are doing well. And so we're all probably trying to do the same thing. How are we going to get the dots, cross the T's, dot the I's, connect everything? And but it's the kids they're trying. It's not easy.
Does A&M qualify as one of the veteran teams?
Yeah. Yep. And now that they're healthy, they're winning games. You know, they were a top 5 team to start the year. And, you know, now they can go on a run of games, and all of a sudden you turn around and they're back to being a top 10 team. It's like Tennessee. Very, you know, they're a top 15 team, they're a top 10 team. They came in and beat us, had our chances. It should be a hard game, it's on the road.
Cal, the actual assist numbers haven't been very good the last few days, but how have they been?
The what?
The actual assist numbers haven't been very good, but how have they been and what you were in charge?
We're still not there, and part of it, you know, when you miss all these shots, like wide open, guys miss shots. Those are all assists. So when you miss 7 or 8 or 9 that are wide open, and even if you made 4 or 5 of them, it makes a big difference in your assist. And so some of it is that. Others we're still not as willing as we need to be, but going to keep working on it.
John, West Virginia, as you pointed out, it was an up and down game, open floor. Seems like the SEC teams are trying to make you guys play.
Not all of them. There's some that are going to play as fast, but and it's good though, because in the NCAA tournament, that's the way the game's going to be played. It's not going to be, you know, run up and down the court and go crazy. It's not going to be. It'll be a little closer to the vest, so they're learning. And you know, we're figuring it out. Late game stuff we still got to get better at. Understandable, we're not where we need to be.
The players mentioned some shooting drills that you were doing. Are those normal stuff? They were talking about doing shooting after conditioning. Is that normally what you do, or is it specific for this team?
Well, here's the thing I know you don't do. You keep working on it. You get them to focus. You do numbers so that they can see improvement. But you don't, whether it be foul shooting or shooting, if you make a big deal out of it, it's worse. This should be a good shooting team. But we're so long and active, it doesn't need to be a great shooting team. There are teams out there that really have got to make 12, 13, 14 threes. We're not one of them. But we're a good shooting team that's just not making shots. I mean, I hate to tell you, they're open, and some of them are missed badly, and that worries me with some of these guys. How did you miss that badly? Where's your mindset right now? Because most of shooting is in their mind.
So you're saying they don't have confidence? Some of your kids don't have confidence?
I don't know if it's confidence in that. Some of it's shot preparation. They're not ready to shoot. I mean, we had a guy standing straight up, the ball came back to him, he had to dip and go, and bang, and the ball missed badly. I would say that was more preparation than confidence. But, you know, we should be a better shooting team. And, you know, look, we have time. I've been through this with a couple teams here, and I haven't lost any faith. I'm looking around saying, I'm not worried about anybody else in the country. Let's just get our thing right. And it's not game to game. It's, are we getting better? If we're getting better, the rest of the stuff will start taking care of itself. We do have to get better late in the game. Some games we've been pretty good. Other games we've been pretty bad. We've got to get more consistent late in the games.
It's easy to think maybe the guys need a little positive reinforcement right now to kind of
need to win a game. You're right. Like to, but what if we really play well and something crazy happens, you get beat? And you move on to the next game. But you know we're getting closer, just stay with it. And if you happen to play poorly and you win a game, you got to say, hey guys, it's a great win, but this is not going to do it. It's not what we're doing and where we're trying to go with this. So that's why I say it's you want to win every game, but it's when you got a team this young, it's just, are you getting it? When are we going to really get what we're trying to do together?
In regard to the experimenting with combinations, you mentioned that you didn't want to do this late in the season. Did you find anything, though, that may have surprised you or worked better than you thought?
Well, I like the fact that they competed. There was a competitiveness with it. And, you know, we're still, I'll do some stuff today just to try to see what it looks like and try to get guys comfortable playing together. You know, Jared just joined us, and it's been hard because you're trying to get them in, but you're trying to figure out where to play them and how to play them. And Quad A comes back now, and now he and Shea together look pretty good on the court together. We hadn't had that in a while. You know, Nick played better last game. We haven't had consistent play out of really any player. And that's why it becomes game to game. You're just trying to figure out who's playing well, what group is playing well, and that is an added issue that we're having right now. And again, if you're playing within 3 to 5% of who you are, it's fine. But when you have these fluctuations, it's hard on everybody. Like, it's hard on every other player on the team. And being more consistent, being more prepared for the game, being more focused in preparation, pre-game routine, maybe you need to change it. We're talking all that stuff. These guys are so young. Yeah, and I'll ask you, because I know you really don't know anything, but when I asked you this question, why would NBA teams and NFL teams play music during practice? How about we ask the retired one? Why do you think they do that?
Because that's how they shoot when they're screwing around themselves, so it's a comfort zone.
Are they singing the songs in practice, or are they concentrating on practice and it maybe gets them in a different mindset? Are they dancing? So the music's playing in the NBA practice facility and the guy is dancing. No, they're not singing the rap song. There are guys that go out with headphones and they shoot with them on. They're not singing. They're trying to block everything out and get themselves in a zone. Before Philadelphia played New England, do you think they were joking around in the locker rooms? Do you think there was joking around in the locker rooms to lighten things up? And if somebody did, what would have happened?
Another teammate would have killed him.
There would have been a scuffle in the locker room. See, we don't, all this stuff is like new. They've never been like, this is how you do this. And when you explain it to them, they kind of, oh. And I'll say it again, I got great kids. We're just trying to figure this out. We're all trying to, I'm trying to figure them out. They're trying to figure themselves out. They're trying to figure each other out. And we're getting better. Our defense is getting better. You got to make some shots. At some point, you're going to have to drop some shots. And the games that we really have played well, we made some shots. And they're all capable of that. I've got 5 guys in there that are capable shooters, more than capable shooters. But we'll see. Today's practice gets us ready. All I want them to worry about is today. Don't worry about tomorrow, next week, the following week, the conference tournament. Just worry about today. Let's try to get better. Thanks.